Hey guys, welcome back to the second episode of Katawa Shoujo. So the last episode, if you haven't watched, you should really watch it, and I'll put a link in the description if you don't know where to look for it. But yeah, it's basically that the last time our main character, he was confessed by one of his dream girl. Her name was what was her name again? I forgot her full name, but I know her name was Nako. I call her Nako. That's like the short term of her name, and it's a really cute name, and she looked really cute. So the last episode, he got confessed by her, and he got a heart attack, and now he's here. And sorry that I wasn't talking the whole time before because I was so focused in reading what he was saying. It's kind of sad. So I'm sorry. All right. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he is trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. That's what doctors are for. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his paper, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eye for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? I would react badly too. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications, and dosage are listed line after line with cold precision. Sorry, I really have issues reading the text properly because my screen, like I said in the last episode, is that it's so tiny that it's kind of making the words hard to, read. I try to read them, but it's so fertile. Yeah, that's what it is. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Is that a right sentence? I'm not gonna question. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? Well, either you eat it or you die. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. How old is him? He's in high school, right? Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'll have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Why? What? Please calm down, Sal. Listen to what the doctor had to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervisions. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students? He's not disabled! Disabled? What? Am I... It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students lives on the campus. That means he's not going to see his parents. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'll like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to the other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Oh god, he's pissed. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember. You wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That is what I wanted to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. He's not disabled! One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I feel bad for him. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I like how they keep using this word. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. That's a positive way of looking at it. You go. Good job. Ooh, the music is so pretty in this game. Aww. Life expectancy. He looks really cheerful, but I really feel bad for him. That's pretty sad. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seems to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. It looks really like a boarding school, just putting it out there. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. It is a boarding school. So I walked through the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to their dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of ground a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Word like clean and hygienic popped into my mind and makes me shudder. I shake them off, stay open-minded now. It's your new life, you have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school, I agree. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectation of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda airy. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. Now they say that the operating room are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious, despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the Halti main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothers me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with the realization set in my head, I opened the front door. This is really luxurious, I'm just saying. A tall man with bad postures noticed me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. He looks like your homeroom teacher. You must be Nikki? Nakai. Oh god, that name. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Yeah, he is your homeroom teacher. I mean, I could see that. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, but he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Oh, waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Inevitable. Oh, I can't read that word. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's our new start. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm new here. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. That is true. He just got through so much shit just, you know. My goodness, this teacher. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Oh god, that sound really scared me. Opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. You're always late. He hesitated for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. What the hell is that picture? They look normal! I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gaze of my new classmates. Oops. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's a lot of space left over around and in between the desk. An entire wall taken up by the blackboard and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The student desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chair with metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like a student in any other school. Yeah, they do. But then why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb off her right hand. It's a little jarring. Really? Which one? I don't see it. Is it? Oh, that's a guy. It doesn't matter. I don't see it. Who are you talking about? Oh, this one? Oh, no, that's a guy. Is it this girl? Maybe? Oh no. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduced me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching, and she sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hand as if it will make her invisible. That's Nako! Don't you remember? There is one boy with a cane leaning against the locker at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motion sign language. She peers at me over the rim of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. That one? Maybe. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her at the moment I walked in. Yeah, this girl is pretty cute if I'm a guy. Please, welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand, and so does everyone else. Except one girl in the first row who had only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Oh, I feel so bad. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said. Though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. This is the thing. When you switch between two languages that you try to pronounce without tongue twisting, it's really hard. That's why I'm stuttering over words, because the way to pronounce Japanese and English is so different. It really tied my tongue in between. I'm so sorry for that. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passed out the day's assignment and announced that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh right, Hakamichi is right here. Shizune Hakamichi. Why the name? Oh my god. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes wave her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Oh, she looks really cute. Like, I won't lie. She's not too skinny. She's not too chubby. You know, like, just perfect. Maybe I'll pick her as my waifu. Hey, but I need to get to know her first. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha ha ha. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi's Shi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once, I can't read that word. that she acknowledged my presence, but only barely. She has short, yet carefully neat brush hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seems to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looked at me, Miss smiles and make a few quick gestures with her hands. She nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I started to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. Hichan, right? Oh, Hichan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. Oh. Yeah, you look just like a Hichan. What the hell are these? I don't even know. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Takamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shinchan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yep, I just kind of came straight to the class today. Why are you so happy? That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shinchan? Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. Why are you so emo? Why? I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half as sadly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. I cannot. She's too bubbly for my real personality to step in. Sorry. Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shichan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call Shichan. You've been calling her that the whole time. I pretty much realized it by this point. Oh, she's blushing. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. I like how they always have like this sudden stop in music. It's like, is there gonna be a jump scare? Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seemed like that, just less so, I guess. Yeah, she's too formal. Huh? Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. finish it before the end of class. That too. Oh my god. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment's actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class despite our late start. Shizune and Misa are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. So she's a typical airhead. Got it. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. That picture really creeps me out. I don't know why. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Michelle, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. Alright, we have finished one period of class today, so the next time we will be going for lunch with our two lovely new ladies, and let's see what happens from there. And if you like, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!